Good evening everyone and welcome to TTML here in a very damp looking Spanish Grand Prix for round number 3 of the season. We're here at the Circuit Catalonia, Barcelona. As you can see, the heavens have opened as it looks like it is intermediate condition out here for qualifying, and I am Michael Edwards. I'll be taking you through the action. Unfortunately, I don't know where my fellow commentator Easton Thomas is tonight. Hopefully he can join during qualifying, but if not, we will be doing this solo. So the circuit in question, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia, a 16 corner circuit, 4.6 kilometers in length, and 33 laps awaiting these guys when they get into the race. But before we jump on into any of that, a few changes to what happened with the stewards' penalties and everything that happened last week in Monza. We saw the man who finished in third place, Jagamol, with a 15-second penalty, dropping him all the way down into 10th, and FPL Vettel getting a 10-second penalty, dropping him from 10th down to 13th. They were the only stewards' penalties to come out of last week in Monza. So what does that do to the championship? Well, CR7, the man in the Red Bull, out on top with 61 points to his name, as we're going to go on board with Pariah. He's going to take us through a lap of Barcelona. CR7 on 61 points, a 29-point lead over second place man Herpuliboy. And of course we got Scuba in third, as we got Pariah very cautious through turns 1 and 2, and feathering the throttle through 3. Of course, times are going to be a lot slower than usual with the conditions being as they are, as we go through turn 4 into turn 5. Again, a little bit on the curve, very treacherous in these conditions, touching these curves, and through the kink of 6 now into 7 and 8. At the best of times, you can lose the rear end through that corner in the wet. Very tricky indeed. And through turn 9 at the top of the hill, down towards turn 10, the braking zone, first gear, switching up, short shifting all the way into 4th to try and get the traction down, as we go through turn number 12 in the final sector. Elevation change at this track, around about 30 meters from the lowest point to the highest point on this circuit. As we come through the final corner, Pariah going to set the first lap of the evening, and it is going to be a 25.7. We do have the Mercedes boys in behind of his special up first, but he's invalidated, so let's go on board with his teammate Stevie G, and he'll come to the line, and it's going to be a 25.4, 3 tenths clear of Pariah. In fact, just over 2 tenths actually, as we're starting to see sometimes come through, as Nolan there pops up into second place with a 25.5. Of course, some of these drivers missing last week in Monza, so we'll be looking to score some good points here tonight. But as I was going through the championship order, as I said, we've got CR7 leading the way on 61 points, a PewDiePie in second on 32 points, 1 point ahead of the other Red Bull of Scuba on 31 points, as we just see Yaham there going fastest with a 24.8, an absolutely fantastic time from the man in the Aston Martin here tonight. Wesker in third place on 30 points, 29 points for Lemmy K in the Williams. FPL Vettel losing out with that 10-second time penalty, and he is on 27 points. If he didn't have that time penalty, he may have been a position or 2 higher in the standings. Yaham in 7th place on 25 points, joint with his teammate. Well, actually, sorry, not his teammate, sorry, I read that wrong. Yaham and TTG Lemon both on 25 points, but both are reserve drivers, as we got Yaham here tonight, and do we have Lemon here tonight? No, we do not. But there goes Nolan, improving by just under 4/10 of a second. And of course, these conditions, it's all about consistency. It is all about getting the lap times in, getting comfortable with the track in these conditions, as everyone is going to be feeling the pain here in Barcelona, as Wesker there pops up to third place on a 25.1. But continuing on with the standings, guys in 9th place on 23 points. Then a bit of a drop off to the first of the Ferrari drivers on 15 points. It is TTG Robin. And then we got another reserve driver of Legend on 14 points. CPI Vettel in the other Ferrari on 13 points. 11 points for Stevie G, who I believe was one of the drivers who missed out last week. He wasn't here. And we have Pariah, who is a reserve, also on 11 points. And then 10 points for Jaigamo. Mad Jonas in 16th on 9 points. And then we got 3 drivers on 8 points apiece. We have Nolan, Heartbroken Lion and Carlsby all on 8 points. And then we got Yogi running out top 20 on 6 points. As we have just over 11 minutes to go in the session, is Yaham, the man out on top right now, and he's purple in the middle sector. So we're going to stay on board with this. This could be a improvement on his already fantastic lap time, which has got him on provisional pole. As he feathers the throttle at the highest point of the circuit, dropping down into the final chicane. In these conditions, so tricky to keep it all together, and to the line he'll come. Is this going to be an improvement? Yes, it is, by over 3/10 of a second. He is now half a second clear of the man in second place, and that is special. What we're seeing right now, Yaham, a master of the wet conditions, as we got Scuba now coming towards the line. What's this going to be for the man in the Red Bull, currently sitting third in the championship? He improves by 1/10 and a half, which is enough to give him 10th place at the moment. And speaking of Red Bull, they are leading the Constructors' Championship on 92 points, a whole 40 points clear of second place team. It is Williams on 52 points. McLaren in third on 36, just ahead of Haas in fourth on 32. Aston Martin on 30 points. We got the Scuderia Ferrari team on 28. The Alpines on 16. Mercedes boys on 11. 8 points for the Alfa Romeos and 6 points for the Alfa Tauris. And that is a rundown of both drivers and constructors. We are just over 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the session. We're on board with Scuba, who is 2.5 tenths up as he comes into the final sector. We do have Carlsby, who is out of the session, and I must have missed out when I was running through the order, which is unfortunate, but hopefully Carlsby can have a much better race than qualifying. 19 drivers in here tonight, a good turnout. Scuba comes around the final corner to the line. What's this going to be for the man in the Red Bull? It's going to be a 25.1, gets him all the way up into 5th place, marginally behind TTG Lemon and just ahead of Relentless Nolan. So very, very close at the top. Wesker, a man who we missed with a big improvement there with a 24.6. We did find it eventually, as Nolan is on his outlap. Scuba, I did see, was marginally up in sector 1, so we'll come back to him a little bit later on in his lap. We got Pariah on an invalid lap. His teammate Robin coming through turn 3 into turn 4. He's on a lap. We'll cut back to him a bit later on. Who have we got coming towards the end of their lap? And I believe the first man to finish their lap will be NSR Giles, who is 3 tenths up. So this will be around Pro Swilder's lap time. unless he can find some more time in the final sector as he comes through the final chicane and now into the final corner. To the line will come Giles, to the line, and he will improve up into P7. He found a lot of time in that final sector as we got Scuba improving in behind, goes on a 25 flat. And who have we got next crossing the line? I believe it is Lemmy K. Lemmy K goes up into second place here with a 25.4. Now we're seeing Mad Jonas get in the mix with a 24.5 for Lemmy K and a 24.6 for Mad Jonas. I am a little bit baffled here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but there's nothing better than a Welshman absolutely baffling on. As we got a Ferrari to the line, is that, yep, it is Pariah. Just starting a lap. CR7 to the line, has invalidated though the championship leader. Is he struggling here in Spain? Time will tell as we have, we got Special there again, all out of shape in the final corner, and that is not what you want to start off your lap. Nolan unfortunately invalidates his lap. We do for PewDiePie about to start his lap, but let's go back on board with CR7, the championship leader, as he is in sector 2 right now. A little bit of traffic up ahead of him, but Stevie G gets out of the way as we climb up the hill. Oh no, CR7 there losing the back end, and I mentioned how that corner is through 7 and 8. Very easy to lose the rear to snap it away. And Heartbroken Lion there improving up at the 7th place with a 25 flat. So Heartbroken Lion get himself up the order, as I believe we got, who's next to the line? It is Yogi, so we'll stay on board with Yogi. Yogi improves by 8 tenths of a second, gets him up into 16th, but he needs to find more time than that. Pariah to the line now. What can Pariah do? To the line, improves by a 10th, but not his position. As we got Stevie about to start a lap, we have an Aston Martin coming through the final sector. It is going to be Yaham, the man on provisional pole, but he has invalidated on his lap time. What about Special? We saw him have a bit of a snap to start his lap, but has he managed to find any time? He does have Nolan in behind him, so we'll quickly jump on board. He does find a bit of time, but what can Nolan do? Nolan there finding almost 6 tenths of a second. He gets himself up into 2nd place, front row right now for Relentless Nolan. As we have Lemon now coming for the final corner. What's this going to be? And he is well off the pace here, but it looks like he's about to go for another lap. We've got yellow flags at the end of sector 2. We've got a Heartbroken Line into the pits, and this, I think, right now is the calm before the storm. As you see there, Robin getting the rear end out, absolutely sliding it all over the place, but he's going to come into the pits. And what we're going to see now is everyone kind of calm down as, oh my god, that's Lemon in the wall. I just noticed it there on the minimap. TTG Lemon there off in the distance in the wall. Not what you want to see there. The McLaren driver is heartbreaking, and I believe we just had, what did we just have jumping up a little bit there? I think it must have, was it Pariah? It definitely could have been Pariah. I think it probably was Pariah. Pariah there, jumping himself up the order, 4 laps on those intermediate tyres. As we got Special to the line, improves by 2 tenths, and look how close it is at the top. The top 4 separated by, what's that, just over 600ths of a second. That is incredibly close there at the top. Who is going to be the person to come out on top here and take pole position? Your guess is as good as mine, but let me know in the chat, who is your favourite here to come out on top? We're hoping to get word from my my fellow commentator to see if he is going to be joining tonight. no news yet. So we're going to be prepared to take this one solo if necessary. Of course, I'll be trying to bring you as much of the action as possible. Only one set of eyes tonight, as we got everyone now beginning to psych themselves up for their final laps. We see guys there, 3 attempts up. This could put him in and around scuba area if he can keep this up in the final sector. Will he gain time? Will he be able to challenge the likes of Mad Jonas Wesker? Can he find enough time to maybe get himself up there with Yaham, who is still in the pits, but it looks like he is coming out of the pits right now as I speak. And through the final corner will come Giles. What can he do? Is it going to be... Yes, it is. It's going to be a 24.8. It does get himself ahead of the Ferrari of Pariah up in the 7th place, which means Scuba right now is on the bubble, but he's about to start his next lap. We got CR7, the next man to cross the line. Yet to set a lap time. The championship leader under pressure here late into qualifying. What can he do as he comes now through the final chicane and into the final corner? Takes a lot of the inside there in the final chicane. Is that going to find him the time as he crosses the line? It does, and it's a 24.3 from CR7, the championship leader, doing it when it matters. Unbelievable. And Wesker immediately beats it with a 24.1. Wesker on fire here on provisional pole. Will anyone be able to challenge that, as we got one of the Hasses of Pro Swilder to the line? He's just getting started. We're going to have times coming in thick and fast now. Who is next across the line? Is it going to be... is Lemmy K? But Lemmy K... he won't be happy that we've gone on board with him at that particular point. But Lemmy K... unfortunately for him, there is a wall there. As K mark 25 flat, I believe it was invalid. As we go to the line, it is Scuba who improves by almost 3 tenths. It only gets him up into 8th place for the time being. Meanwhile, in behind we have Robin. Looking to find improvement, unable to find it so far. Yogi will be the next man to cross the line. There it is. The checker flag is up on the session. Wesker, the man currently on provisional pole. CR7 alongside him on the front row. Will anyone be able to get themselves in the mix? Yogi around the final corner to the line. What is this going to be for the man in the Alpha Tauri? It's a 25 flat. Meanwhile, Yaham, purple in the middle sector. Man to keep our eyes on, as we got Nolan now crossing the line. Let's see what Nolan can do. Nolan, does he find the time? He does get himself up onto the front row. It's a 24.2 for Relentless Nolan. As we got Yaham, who is nearly 2 tenths up. Will Yaham be able to get himself up there to make it an Aston Martin front row lockout? And Yaham actually does better. He puts it on pole position. Yaham with an absolute cracking lap right at the end there, as we got Scuba, as we got Pro Swilder actually crossing the line there. Get himself up into 7th. What can Scuba do? Scuba up into 4th. A fantastic lap under pressure there. As we got a heartbroken line off in the distance. What can Robin do? He's the last man out on track to set a lap time. He does improve his time. And he just about improves position. But there we go. That is the end of qualifying here for round number 3. And we're going to run you through the order one more time. It is an Aston Martin front row lockout, with Yaham getting the better of his teammate Wesker for this evening. And then we got Relentless Nolan in 3rd, flying high right now. with the Red Bulls in behind him of Scuba and the championship leader CR7. Then we got Special in 6th, Lemmy K in 7th, Pro Swilder in 8th, Mad Jonas in 9th, guys in 10th. Then outside the top 10 we'll have Pariah, Hapuli Boy, Stevie G, Yogi, Heartbroken Lion, TTG Robin, K Mark, Carlsbury and TTG Lemon, who got himself disqualified from the session. Not what you want to see. He will start from the back of the grid. Whew. I'll tell you what, I got a little bit hectic towards the end of qualifying there, but it is Yaham who starts on pole position, and as you can see it is dry here as we go into the race, into the formation lap. "33 laps awaiting these 19 drivers. Who is going to come out on top here in F3? There's an Aston Martin front row lockout. Yaham ahead of Wesker. Then we have Nolan in 3rd, ahead of both of the Red Bulls. Nolan in a bit of a team sandwich right now. 2 Astons in front of him, 2 Red Bulls behind him. And he is stuck in the middle of that, but he's going to be looking to get some good points today, and was a little bit unfortunate in Bahrain. He definitely had the pace for more points than he ended up getting in Bahrain, but unfortunately things didn't work out. He's going to be looking to bounce back this time around in Spain. Let's look at the tyre selection for everyone. Of course, everyone are able to choose any set of tyres, with the fact it was intermediate qualifying and a very interesting call from this man in P4. Scuba opting for the soft compound tyres, and that's not a tyre compound that really you want to see people on here. It's not really a track which soft tyres really do decent at. However, everyone apart from Scuba, Mad Jonas, Heartbroken Lion and Carlsbury all on the medium. Heartbroken Lion and Carlsbury all on the hard compound tyres. I believe we may have just had a little bit of lag going on there with the stream. Do apologise. But as we wait for these guys to come around, take their good positions for this race. Does look like I will be flying solo tonight in the comms box, and we're going to look forward to 33 laps of the circuit in Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix, round number 3 of the TTML season. Who is going to come out on top? Can Yaham win from pole position? Will it be Wesker? Can Nolan get himself in the top spot? Time will tell as we wait for those 5 red lights to come on. Here they are, 4, 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway. And it looks like a very good start from the front two. Scuba on no sauce, maybe having a little look on Nolan into turn 1. 3 wide in behind though, as we got CR7 trying to defend from Pro Swilder, Lemmy K, and we got Special dropping down the order. He's going to be mugged off around the outside by Mad Jonas on those hard tyres, but he's able to hold on to P9. Lemmy K down the inside of CR7, and will CR7 be able to get that switchback line? He's going to try all the way around the outside, unable to get it done at the moment though. But an absolute fantastic start there from Pro Swilder, getting himself up into 5th, making quick progress here in this race as Mad Jonas And a little bit of pressure from her beauty boy in behind. Meanwhile, we got Heartbroken Lion. Looks like, yeah, he is under pressure from King Mark in behind as he tries to attack NSR Giles as back up towards the front. The top four getting away nice and clean as they were. And Yaham trying to stretch his legs ahead of Wesker, equally trying to stretch his legs ahead of Nolan as we got Scuba in behind on those soft tyres, who you got to think at this moment in time does have the advantage in terms of tyres, but for how long will that last? Not very long with my experience, as we got Heartbroken Lion, and Heartbroken Lion is around. Unfortunate there from Heartbroken Lion, and meanwhile look at this, Yogi, Stevie G and Robin in a three-way scrap, and there goes Robin down the inside of Stevie G. Is he going to be able to make the move on Yogi as well? They are side by side coming in to turn 5, and Yogi going to squeeze him out, and that's going to allow Stevie G to have a little pop. Stevie G having a look down the inside of Yogi, but gets completely shut off, but he is down the inside of Robin and up into 16th place. Meanwhile, Lemon and K-Mark there trying to get themselves a bit further up the order as we got her Beauty Boy having a look around the outside of Mad Youngness for P9 back up towards the front. We see Yaham has broken that DRS window to his teammate for tonight in Wesker. And Scuba unfortunately hasn't been able to make those soft tyres work thus far, and he's running out of laps to make those soft tyres work, as we have the bog standard Codemasters timing glitch. Things you love to see that hasn't been fixed yet. CR7 trying to get himself back up into position the way he started, as we got a Ferrari off, and that is Robin in the back. He's off on the exit of turn 2, and that's heartbreaking. He must have caught the inside curb a little bit too much. Meanwhile, towards the front, we got Nolan starting to put Wesker under a bit of pressure, and Scuba is there as well. But right now, Scuba does have the advantage in terms of tyres, but the advantage is going to rapidly fall away from the man in the Red Bull. The longer it takes him to get through on these guys, the worse off he is going to be. He will have the undercut, which could be beneficial to him, but with the rest of the grid starting on the mediums or the hard tyres, it allows more of an opportunity. And here goes Nolan getting through on Wesker with DRS. Thank you very much. I'll just cruise on by into second place. Nolan up into second, as we got K-Mark getting through on Giles and up into P12. He'll go. We got Lemon in right behind, hoping to try and take advantage of any opportunities, anything that these guys up ahead will give him to get himself up the order. Meanwhile, Oswilder has been hanging on to the back of Scuba and actually been closing in somewhat for the past couple of laps. DRS enabled. He is going to be able to keep with him, as Nolan is doing absolutely everything to try and get himself into that DRS window, but he has a little bit of a slide, taking too much of the inside curb, and he was very fortunate to catch that car there. Nolan doing a good job to catch the oversteer, but he is just outside of that window, but he does set the fastest lap of the race, so Nolan is the man with the pace right now. Meanwhile, Post Wilder closing in, as we got Pariah getting through on her Beauty Boy for P10, but Pariah already with a penalty to his name. Meanwhile, K-Mark and Lemon having a nice little battle into turn 1. K-Mark able to hold on from TTG Lemon for the time being. And oh no, Stevie G around turn 2. Any wing damage for the Mercedes? Doesn't appear to be so, but he is going to be under pressure now from Heartbroken Lion. So we've had three, I believe we've had 4 spinners so far. Carlsby a decent way off the back, and then we've got Stevie G, Heartbroken Lion and Robin all having their own various adventures around this circuit. And looking at the top, look at how close Limike is getting to the back of Pro Swilder. And as you can see, Scuba, he hasn't used his soft tyres to good effect, and now he's outside of DRS and going to be under pressure from these guys in behind. And let's see what the closing speed is going to be like for Pro Swilder. He's not going to be close enough this time around, but you see the closing speed there. It's definitely gained as Lemon gets through on K-Mark and Yogi gets through on Gals. So we got some position changes further down the order, and we could be seeing a few more, because I think Scuba's tyres right now at this stage are worse than the mediums. I think his tyres are towards the point where he's going to have to kind of nurse it an extra few laps to maybe try and make the hard strategy work for him, as Pariah's around, oh no, through 7 and 8. Pariah around, so not a good day for the Ferraris at the moment. Both of them catching spins early in this race. Scuba has done well to get himself back up into DRS range, but Yaham has absolutely cruised away. Nolan set the fastest lap of the race. I'm guessing he's made 1 or 2 mistakes in the past 2 laps in setting that fastest lap, because he has dropped off the back of Yaham quite considerably. Meanwhile, look at this, Pro Swilder all over the back of Scuba. You can see the mediums are the better tyre now. Those softs are starting to fade away. As we got CR7, Pro Swilder, Limike, Special, Mad Jonas, all in a nice little train behind Scuba, whose tyres are definitely starting to fade away. He's doing absolutely everything to try and keep in this window of DRS is Scuba. And you can see that with the amount of VRS he has had to use. But look at Pro Swilder on 90%. And oh no, is that Heartbroken Lion? Yes it is. Heartbroken Lion is around again through 7 and 8. And that is heartbreaking for the man in the Alpine. I don't like to see it, but will this be the time where Pro Swilder gets the move done on Scuba? He is gaining in, but is he going to be bold and brave? No, he's not. He's going to be smart and cautious and wait for the opportunity to come through. And look at the amount of grip he has in turn 3, getting almost right underneath the rear wing of Scuba there. The grip advantage right now definitely with the medium compound tyre. Scuba is struggling, and he's using everything to keep with Wesker to stay in this DRS window, because that's what he needs to do. He needs to stay there to defend. The Pro Swilder with a huge ERS advantage as Heartbroken Lion retires from the session in the pit lane. Not what you want to see. Of course, points for absolutely everyone that finishes the race. Even if you're having a bad race, it is worth seeing the checkered flag. So it is unfortunate that we got Heartbroken Lion in the pits, retiring from the session. It is it's 2 points thrown away. Now, will Scuba be able to defend from Pro Swilder? That red light is go time for Pro Swilder. He is closing in, but unable to get enough momentum to make a move into turn 1, but he is over the back of the Red Bull. He's looking for it. He's trying to find the room as we got a special on the back of CR7 for 7th place, and we see special picking up a time penalty. These guys are starting to drop off a little bit from Lemmy K, so maybe a little bit of battling going on between these two. As drop them slightly off as Post Wielder. He knows. Oh, as he gets onto the curb, and that is heartbreaking for Post Wielder. You see, he just gets onto the sausage curb through 7 and 8, and that is him around. Pro Swilder in the wall. Heartbreaking stuff for the man in the Haas. Fortunately, he will be able to come into the pits, and he will be able to make it to the end on the hard compound tyres. At least from like my personal experience, it is possible to get to the end from this point on the hard tyres. As who is that around? Is that, oh no, is that Carlsbury around? Yes it is. Carlsbury is around, and so is Pariah. Everyone is going off now, left, right and centre. Pro Swilder, Pariah, Carlsbury, all in the same lap, going for adventures. As we try to focus now back up on the racing, we got Yogi getting through on Lemon for 11th place. See, with Pro Swilder making that crucial error of getting too much onto the curve to the point where he's hit the sausage curve through 8, and now, oh my god, as you see there, Lemmy K absolutely back end out, almost following the line that we saw Pro Swilder do, but able to get under control. But yeah, Pro Swilder, he is going to be able to get the end on those tyres. Carlsbury on the mediums, it is a big ask for Carlsbury. He is going to be faster than Pro Swilder, as we got, oh no, is that Pariah? It is. Pariah is around, but back up towards the front. The gap is closing. Nolan is closing in on Yaham. Nolan with the ERS advantage, as well as Wesker has been dropped by these two guys. As Kmart picks himself up a 3-second time penalty, and there we go, Nolan within DRS range of the man who is leading the race of Yaham. And oh no, is that another spinner? It is guys around in turn 2. To my knowledge now, 13th all the way down to last have spun it at least once in this race. Nolan trying to do everything he can to get in that DRS window. He is just outside it, and now he's tucked just within the window. He needs a good run out of here. Close enough. I think he is, yes, DRS on the Alpine, and that's going to help him close in. The Scuba is into the pits, and rightfully so. As we move on to lap 12 of 33. The race lead, Yaham and Nolan, is about to heat up. Lemmy K, CR7 and Special have now been let go. Mad Jonas, arguably the man with the better tyres right now, as Pariah is in the final sector. Yellow flags out for him, and he's now under pressure from Post Wilder, who's going to try to go to the end. And we see Scuba coming out in clear air in 12th place. Question is, how good will this undercut be for Scuba? He was about 3 seconds off the back of Yaham and Nolan. We'll see if he can gain the time. But what a difference DRS makes as Pariah's into the pits and retires from the session. And he leaves the session. Now what can Nolan do? 7 tenths back. He's not going to be close enough to make a move, but how much time is he going to gain? Lemon gets a 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Is that... Surely not. Lemon has gone off to the old circuit, the old layout that was used in Formula 1. As Lemike actually gets through on Wesker, so a good move there from Lemike as we got K-Mark there off at turn 2. So much going on right now, so many mistakes being made, difficult to keep up. All we know is Nolan is closing in on Yaham. Lemike is now up into third ahead of Wesker. CR7 and Special tucked in behind. We got Mad Jonas, who has kept with these guys on those hard tyres and arguably could be one to keep an eye on late into this race. I see he'll be going longer on those hards, making the switch onto the mediums, and he'll definitely be a threat towards the end. As we got Scuba now, who is on the back of K-Mark. K-Mark getting out of the way. I said wing damage for the Alfa Romeo. Doesn't appear to be, but he just moves, gets out of the way of Scuba. As we got Wesker almost close enough to Lemike to try and make the move once again. Nolan still remaining behind Yaham, but has over 20% more ERS at his disposal. Mad Jonas in 7th place. Right now looking good in this race is Mad Jonas in the McLaren. His teammate unfortunately already down in 17th place, last of the runners so far, as we got Stevie G getting past K-Mark, who's in the pits. It's going to be close between K-Mark and Post Wilder, but no, K-Mark able to get ahead of the man in the Haas. However, those tyres can be... Oh no, it's Nolan! Nolan's retired! That's a full course safety car! What has... Oh my... How has he ended over there? On board with Scuba. I mean, this absolutely destroys Scuba, but... Nolan... I can only think he's clipped the inside curb at turn 11 and has gone completely out of control on that curb. That's the only thing I can think. Hopefully he'll let us know if there was anything else that happened. I don't know, it's such an odd place to go off, as Scuba, unfortunately, with this safety car, has been absolutely done over here, because the safety car has kept everyone to a low enough speed where instead of Scuba maybe getting an undercut that goes up to Yaham, he has now lost out big time and is behind Mad Jonas. And Mad Jonas on the mediums and Scuba also on a set of the mediums. Both of these guys, I presume, are looking to go to the end on these tyres. It will be an ask, but with the safety car out, it'll definitely help. As we got Post Wilder into the pits for a set of the medium compounds. Lemon continuing on with a set of softs. Is he even in the session? I'm not sure. And Nolan has left the session. Nolan, the man who was looking like he definitely had the pace today for the win. Like, he was closing in on Yaham. There were only two threats really: the potential undercut from Scuba and the potential of Mad Jonas able to come through on those mediums. They were the only two realistic threats I saw for both Yaham and Nolan, but Nolan in the wall, DNF. Can't catch a break. Neither of the Alpines can catch a break here. And under safety car, I'm able to catch my breath and take a few sips of my cup of coffee. As we move on, lap 16 of 33, we are under safety car conditions here in round 3 at Spain. Yaham is the man in the race lead at the moment. Lemmy K in second place, CR7 in third, Special in fourth, Wesker in fifth, Mad Jonas in sixth, Scuba in seventh, PewDiePie in eighth, Yogi in ninth, K-Mark rounding up the top 10 at the moment. But the big news, Nolan, the man who was in second, chasing down first place. Oh, Special's off. Under safety car, Special has lost it. Oh, so much is going on here. We're seeing so many mistakes happening. As Pro Swilder trying to get through, ghosting through Lemon, I believe. Potentially is an issue with a ghosted car. We are going to be going for one more lap under safety car. So lap 17 we'll go around one more time. Yaham, our race leader, big news. So Nolan crashing out. Special spinning under safety car. I almost fell over then. That is not what you like to see. Lap 17 of 33, Yaham, Lemmy K, CR7, Wesker, Mad Jonas, Scuba, PewDiePie, Yogi, as the, oh no, K-Mark. K-Mark's around. Oh, come on guys. It's under safety car. How are we spinning under safety car, lads? Bizarre, strange things are happening here in Spain in Formula 3 here in TTML. I believe safety car will be in this lap. Yes, it is. So Yaham will back up the pack. He will set the pace, and we are going to go up towards the front. On board with Lemmy K. Yaham, the man controlling the pace. Lemmy K getting as close as possible to the Aston Martin. And Yaham's gone. Yaham's gone as well already, and he has absolutely left Lemmy K in the dust. But it might open up an opportunity for CR7, who gets a little bit of a snap on the exit of the final chicane, as we are back underway and racing once again. Yaham timing that to absolute perfection. And now we're going to see who is going to come out on top here. Lap 18 of 33. Safety car has just come in. We are back underway. Green flag racing once again. As Carlsbury picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Lemmy K absolutely left for dead on the safety car restart. CR7 unable to get the jump, as we got Lemon and Robin there ghosting through each other. We got Pro Swilder trying to have a little look on girls for P8. Back up towards the front. Wesker picking himself up a 3-second time penalty, and this is interesting. The two guys on the mediums in 5th and 6th, Mad Jonas and Scuba, no penalties to their name, and possibly the best chance of beating Yaham here tonight. Stevie G gets through the ghosted car of TTG Lemon. So Stevie G now up into 11th place, as is Carlsbury up into 12th place. And Purely Boy will shortly be up into 13th. No DRS yet as we move on to lap 19. Yaham is the man out in the lead. Lemmy K is appearing to build a gap to CR7, who's also building a gap to Wesker. Mad Jonas and Scuba need to start putting these medium tyres to good use, as we got a gap beginning to form from P9 down, as Post Wilder looks to have got the move done on girls, and he is now up into 8th place on the back of Yogi F1. Big story so far this race is Nolan unfortunately crashing out. We're not sure what happened, and what a big dive there from Carlsbury down the inside of Stevie G on the curb, and we're going past where Nolan unfortunately crashed out of this race. I presume he just clipped the inside curb at 11 and got hooked over, as DRS is now enabled. As, oh my god, Robin almost pushing girls through the final corner. The Ferrari, there's not enough room there. Oh, that would have been absolutely catastrophic. I think girls has done just about enough to make sure he doesn't get wing damage. Meanwhile, up ahead, Post Wilder getting through on Yogi. Gals trying to get back through on Robin. I think Robin is lying back through. Good sportsmanship there from Robin to let the man in the Williams back through. Also, we had Mad Jonas getting through on Wesker for 4th place. So those medium tyres now starting to make their way through us. We got, oh no, is that, oh no, Carlsbury and Robin. Carlsbury in the wall. Robin was in the gravel. What has gone on there? I think when we look back on this race in seasons to come, this race could go down as the spins of Spain. I'll try saying that 5 times fast. The amount of people we've seen gone off so far in this race is definitely having its toll on the drivers. Meanwhile, we're going to go back up towards the front because we've got CR7 getting past Lemmy K. Wesker under pressure from Scuba, but Scuba not close enough this time around, and you can see Mad Jonas already dropped Wesker. Wesker definitely the slower of the drivers right now in that top 6, and Post Wilder is all over the back of this, and if Scuba doesn't make a move soon, Post Wilder will make the move on Scuba. That's the way Scuba needs to look. He needs to get past this Aston Martin ASAP, get the move done. As we got PewDiePie and Special side by side. This could be fantastic as Special looks to the inside but doesn't get alongside enough to warrant trying the move. And the PewDiePie up into 11th place. But what can Special do? He's tucked right underneath that rear wing. Is he going to have a look down the inside? The PewDiePie defends it, but it doesn't matter. Special's going to go for it anyway. The dive down the inside. Small bit of contact on the exit, but Special up into 11th place. The PewDiePie will have to settle down for 12th. Bold and brave stuff there from Special. As we go back up, and here goes Mad Jonas on Lemmy K, gets himself up into 4th place. Lemmy K dropping down the order. Wesker has just enough to stay ahead of Scuba. Special getting through on NSR, Giles and Robert. PewDiePie doesn't want to risk the lunge down the inside, and a smart call there from the man in the Haas, but it doesn't matter because he's going to get the run all the way around the outside. A little bit of contact, I think. PewDiePie maybe just getting his turning in a little bit wrong. There wasn't a lot there for Giles on the inside, and now K-Mark is battling the side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. K-Mark there losing it on the curb, coming back into Giles, and oh no. K-Mark back down the order into 14th. And has it all to do once again. Meanwhile, look at this. Oh, Post Wielder, I think he's gone into the back of Scuba and they're both around. Post Wielder and Scuba are both around. Stevie G gonna try. Oh, Jesus. Be careful, lads. Stevie G trying to be opportunistic, trying to get past Post Wielder, but unable to do so. I think Post Wielder has gone into the back of Scuba, and they've both lost it and gone around simultaneously. Mad Jonas is around. What is going on here? In Spain, Formula F3 of TTML. We got K-Mark retiring in the pits. It's going off here today. It's absolute carnage. More contact between Scuba and Stevie G. We have 10 more laps to go after this. I have no words. I have no words. This race has been... There's been so many spins, so many runs off track, so many mistakes, so many moves where it's just gone wrong for the one driver, and I honestly, I do not know what to make of this race. Mad Jonas all the way down into 7th place now after his spin. Post Wielder after his contact with Scuba, and with Scuba in the pits as well, and he's retired from the session. So as Carlsbury. Ladies and gentlemen, we've only got 12 runners left in this session. CR7, the championship leader in F3, and I'm just going to quickly look to see who of his contenders, his challengers, are still left in this race. So PewDieBoy, the man in 2nd place at the moment, all the way down in 9th place. Scuba is out of this race. Wesker at the moment in 4th. Lemmy K is in 3rd, so Lemmy K, well, he is at the moment losing points to CR7. Is not a massive amount, but there goes CR7, gonna look to the outside on Yaham, and through goes CR7 up into the race lead, but now has to build that gap to compensate for his 3-second time penalty. And there is the penalty situation for everyone at home. Yaham, Mad Jonas, PewDieBoy and Gals, no penalties to their name. 8 seconds there for TTG Robin in 10th place. Everyone else on 3 seconds of time penalties. Does make sense for Yaham to not battle with CR7. This race has gone from 0 to 100 so many times in the course of this 25 laps that we've had so far. Nothing will surprise me now moving on to the latter stages of this race. We've got Special getting through on Mad Jonas. CR7 setting the fastest lap of the race, and Stevie G is around again. It's not been a good day for Stevie G, but if he keeps going, that's a good haul of points for the Mercedes driver. As we got Post Wielder being overtaken by Special. Special now up into 6th place. Mad Jonas here with a 3-second time penalty. That's not what he wanted. This is the closest battle that we have on track. The battle for P6 between Special, Post Wilder and Mad Jonas. Lap 26 of 33. CR7 is the man in the race lead. Yaham is the man who is at the moment going to win on penalties. The gaps have formed. Right, so with Post Wilder closing in on Special, he's going to have a look down the inside. That's a big old lunge down the inside from Post Wilder. But he wants this P6 back. He is absolutely pushing it to get his P6 back off Special. But what I was going to say, lap 27 of 33. Let me know in the chat right now, who do you think is going to win this race? Will it be CR7 or will it be Yaham? Let me know in the chat, what is your prediction? Post Wilder again on the curve, almost losing it, and Mad Jonas now maybe with an opportunity to pinch P7. As he is a lot closer to Post Wilder than Post Wilder is to Special. Oh no, Stevie G's around again in sector 3. This race has definitely, it's definitely the definition of drive to survive, in my opinion. It has been survival of the fittest here in Spain, as Yaham's picked up a 3-second time penalty, and that's it. CR7 is effectively now in the race lead no matter what. Unless CR7 picks up another 3 second, Yaham has just potentially thrown away the chance of the race win. This is unbelievable. Post Wilder's off and he's out of the race. That's a full course safety car on lap 28 of 33. A full course safety car here. Lap 28 of 33. Special, Mad Jonas, PewDiePie. They're all going to come into the pits now for soft tyres. We are going to get a very exciting final 5 laps in this race. Stevie G, this will be fantastic for him. Robin, fortunately for him, is able to get rid of his 5-second time penalty in the pits. PewDiePie, no penalties to his name. In 8th, everyone is going to bunch up. PewDiePie could be looking very good here for a good haul of points. CR7 had the race win in the palm of his hands. Post Wilder crashing out. This is absolute. I have no words. We are set up for a fantastic finale here in Spain, as Yaham stayed out, as has Lemike. CR7 into the pit, so Wesker stays out. Yogi stays out. This is a big call here from these guys to not pit behind CR7. CR7 will rejoin in 5th place. It could be a fantastic call because look where Stevie G is. It could be a lap 31 or 32 when we get this race going once again. Have Yaham, Lemike, Wesker and Yogi played an absolute blinder here in Spain? Or has CR7 absolutely called it the perfection? A Pewdie boy, no penalties to his name, neither for NSR girls either. These guys are looking to jump up the order dramatically. Yaham is in overtake for some reason. Very interesting under the safety car. The penalty situation. Yes, the penalty situation is 3 seconds for Yaham, 3 seconds for Lemike, 3 seconds for Wesker. Yogi's spun in the safety car. 6 seconds for CR7. Special on 3 seconds. Mad Jonas on 3 seconds. A Pewdie boy with nothing. Yogi on 3 seconds. Looks like he's picked up some wing damage as well. He's into the pits. He'll drop behind NSR Gals, who's also got no penalties to his name. Robin with 3 seconds. Stevie G with 3 seconds. Then we got Lemon with no penalties to his name, but is a AI car, completely ghosted. 11 drivers remain in this race. It has definitely been survival of the fittest here in Spain. Lap 31 of 33. The safety car should be coming in at the end of this lap, so there will be no DRS whatsoever. We'll have 2 laps of racing. Can CR7, Special, Mad Jonas and Pewdie Boy make these soft tyres work, get themselves up the order, or will Wesker, Lemike and Yaham be able to hold on and keep the soft runners at bay? Safety car delivers the message. There we go. The safety car is in this lap. Yaham, Lemike, Wesker, CR7, Special, Mad Jonas, a Pewdie Boy, Giles, Robin, Stevie G, Yogi. Just 2 more laps remain. Yaham backing up the pack. Oh, Lemike there with a big snap. That's going to allow Wesker to go around the outside. Is that an illegal overtake though, as CR7 gets back through? And I think it is. A Special's out. Specials retire. A little bit of contact there with Lemike and CR7. As can CR7 make this move work on Wesker? He's down the inside and around the outside and up in the 3rd place. As Special retiring from the session, we see him off there in the pit wall. Mad Jonas having a look down the inside as CR7 is down the inside of Lemike for 2nd place. Lemike loses out to CR7 on those fresh soft tyres, and now CR7 can try to get onto the back of Yaham. I think it is a little bit too late to make it work to not only get past Yaham but to build 3 seconds as well. Meanwhile, Mad Jonas over the back of Wesker. This is a 4th position both on penalties and on track, as Mad Jonas down the inside of Wesker using those soft tyres to good effect. A little bit of contact between them both. A Pewdie Boy, is he going to be able to do anything? No, he's going to stick behind Wesker for the time being. Mad Jonas now up into 4th place. Absolute carnage here as Robin picks up another 3-second time penalty. That is going to hurt him dramatically. And now Hapuli Boy should have to run. CR7, new fastest lap of the race. And here comes Hapuli Boy down the inside of Wesker. Mad Jonas looking at the back of Lemmy K for P3. Hapuli Boy gets the move done and he's up at the P5. Oh. On the final lap of the race, Yaham under pressure from CR7. Mad Jonas putting Lemmy K under pressure as well. This too is also for position in terms of penalties. Hapuli Boy has no penalties to his name, looking to jump himself up the order. CR7 all over the back of Yaham. Oh, big snap there from CR7, and I think that is going to be it. What about Mad Jonas? Is he going to go for a last minute lunge down the inside? No, he's going to think better of it. Stick behind Lemmy K for the time being, as we are in the final sector on the final lap. Yaham is the man out in the lead, but does he have the gap to Hapuli Boy to keep first place? We'll find out momentarily, as around the final corner he'll come to cross the line to take victory here in Spain. CR7 will drop off the podium. Hapuli Boy there just under 0.2 of a second misses out on the victory. Yaham does pick up the race win here in Spain. Hapuli Boy gets driver of the day, and it is difficult to argue with that. No penalties to his name. CR7 leaves the session, and that man Yaham on the top step of the podium. Absolute fantastic drive from him. He got pole position. He led majority of this race, and if it wasn't for the safety car, CR7 may have been looking at the victory, but the safety car did come and it allowed Yaham to snatch victory. Hapuli Boy impressive in second place, but we're going to run you through the order one more time. It is Yaham, our race winner, ahead of Hapuli Boy in second place, Gaz in third, Mad Jonas in fourth, CR7 in fifth, Wesker in sixth, Lemmy K in seventh, Stevie G in eighth, Yoki in ninth, Robin in ninth, and that concludes our finishers, those in the solar checker flag. Lemon unfortunately was AI Special crashing out at the end there, and we got a long list of DNFs here, as we got Special, Pro Swilder, Scuba, Carlsbury, K-Mark, Nolan, Pariah and Heartbroken Lion all retiring either in the pits or out on track. Nolan is going to be looking at this race as a missed opportunity. He definitely had the pace. Scuba, unfortunately for him, also sees retirement as well. But Yaham, the man who takes victory here in Spain to conclude what has been a absolutely frantic Spanish Grand Prix here in TTML F3. This race, in my opinion, is the definition of drive to survive. It was absolutely, I have no words. It was chaotic throughout the entire race. There were so many spins, mistakes, crashes, 2 safety cars. It's difficult to keep up, but hopefully next week things will calm down as we go on to round 4 next week in Austria. But of course, for the rest of the racing this week on TTML, we do have, if I quickly check, we do have F4 and F5 tomorrow at 8 PM, so make sure you guys tune in for that. F4 and F5 at 8 PM UK time tomorrow, and hopefully I will be back with my fellow commentator Easton Thomas next week for Austria, for the Spielberg circuit. And guys, I have been Michael Edwards, attempting to bring you through the action here tonight. There was a lot of it. I may have missed quite a bit, but I have no words. There was so much going on here. Definitely a survival of the fittest type race here. But until next week, guys, hopefully you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week in Austria.